School districts all across Metro Atlanta are ramping up safety measures and protocols as students get ready to go back to the classroom. Atlanta News 1's Niamani Watson is live this noon at Atlanta Public Schools headquarters. So Niamani, what are some of the safety changes being put in place this school year in that district?
Well, APS has added 2 new units to its security operations, and school districts across Metro Atlanta have also installed safety technology like weapons detection systems.
Back together that way.
In less than 2 weeks, many Metro Atlanta students head back to school. School districts are making safety a top priority. This week, Atlanta Public Schools introduced a new tactical team and a new drone team during an active shooter training exercise. APS police say the drones will help address potential threats outside school buildings, while the tactical team will respond to threats inside.
Having a force that's ready to respond right away makes a big difference. You know, if we can reduce the amount of time that it takes to deal with the threat, the fewer people are going to be hurt and injured.
We are always looking for new ways that we can increase the security of our schools.
Several school districts have installed weapon detection systems at their schools, including Marietta City Schools and Gwinnett County Public Schools. Gwinnett County, the state's largest school district, says it now has weapon detectors at all middle and high schools. The systems work differently than traditional metal detectors and can tell the difference between a weapon and everyday items like cell phones.
We believe this is money well spent because you can't really put a price tag on the lives of our students and staff.
And APS is reminding everyone that if you see something suspicious, say something. Reporting live from downtown Atlanta, I'm Niamani Watson, Atlanta News First.